Welcome to the Jolt Creativity Pregame Show. Jolt Creativity. Destroy the lie.
Gentlemen, welcome to the Futsal Champions Series Women's Final. The trophy is right here in front of us. I'm Jared Kleppel, along with Chris Fernandez. Great to have you here. We have an exciting match today. Chicago House, they have not lost yet this year, and they're welcoming in an Ole team that is challenging them with grit and determination.
This is an absolute classic in the making out there between the top two teams in the FCS Futures. Beautiful court, full capacity house. Can Ole finally crack this riddle? There's so many questions, so many storylines behind this. Chicago are the favorites coming in, but it will be no easy task to say the least.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Ole first to see what they bring to the table. A couple of players that I got my eye on tonight. First of all, she was selected as a part of the U.S. national team call-up recently. It's Sitlali Luna. We saw her in the play-in game have an impact all year long, Chris.
I mean, she's averaged 2 goals a game coming in. She is the star of this team. And let's be honest, if she's on fire tonight, it can certainly cause a lot of issues for Chicago.
And, another player for Ole that was kind of unexpected at the beginning of the year, but particularly in the play-in game, we saw an amazing play from her. She screamed down the line, right-hand side, a complete individual effort. Sasha Kelly, and she's not very old.
13 years old and playing in the women's division. You want to talk promise, you want to talk FCS Futures. This girl has it all out there, and she has been a big contributor. 5 games so far this season, eating up a lot of minutes. Could be a big contributing factor to the success tonight.
And she had a wonderful play in that playing game to get here. Ole are going to have a tall task as they'll take on Chicago House, who have looked dominant this year. More on them on the other side of the break. Don't go anywhere.
We're NMDP, and we're out here saving lives. Relentlessly seeking donors so patients can live their dreams. Like Mia's dream of finding a match and pressing play on life. Noah's dream of climbing the ladder. Or Zoe's dream of a tiny house and a giant dog. Together, we have the power to cure blood disorders like leukemia and sickle cell disease. But we need more donors, people, and the donor we need could be you.
Committing a crime so you can try to escape from prison. Bad idea. Go into the pod escape room to play an escape game with your friends. Great idea. Test your skill as an astronaut in outer space. Find Santa in Save Christmas. Or take a vacation to an abandoned island. Just don't get stuck there. The Pod Escape Room. Learn more.
Welcome to the Jolt Creativity Pregame Show. Jolt Creativity. Destroy the lie.
Welcome to Lansing, Michigan. We're here in the Lansing City Arena. Jared Kleppel, Chris Fernandez alongside you for this FCS Women's Final. Number 1 Chicago House taking on number 2 Ole. And this is the match we've been waiting for all year long. The trophy is right here.
You can't ask for a bigger game between the top 2 teams in the FCS Women's Division, loaded with talent. People on the U.S. national team are here with a lot of other players that certainly have an opportunity to play on that women's team, to say the least.
And that's one of the things we learned this season. Let's talk more about those players that have jumped onto the futsal scene from Chicago House. first, she's probably one of the players across both divisions, men and women, that when we saw her play, it was like, this is a clear game changer. Mackenzie Rogers of Chicago House. This is a player that, I mean, she's done it all, Chris.
6 games played, 17 points. She moves on this court like no one else is even on it. She's got great footwork, explosive speed. She is by far and away the biggest game breaker, in my opinion, in the FCS this season.
And another player that joins her, Yuridia Hernandez. She is a young player that has shown massive talent on the floor in all their matches.
I mean, this team is so loaded with wingers. You could sit there and talk about Callie Hefner, but Hernandez has been just an absolute machine. She cuts into the middle great. She exploits the spaces. She's caused headaches for teams across all season long. And if she's on point tonight over with Mackenzie, it could be a long night over for Ole.
Just around the corner is kickoff, so don't go anywhere.
Together, we have the power to cure blood disorders like leukemia and sickle cell disease. But we need more donors, people. And the donor we need could be you.
Committing a crime so you can try to escape from prison. Bad idea. Go into the pod escape room to play an escape game with your friends. Great idea. Test your skill as an astronaut in outer space. Find Santa in Save Christmas. Or take a vacation to an abandoned island. Just don't get stuck there. The Pod Escape Room. Learn more at thepodlansing.com.
Welcome everyone to Lansing, Michigan for the Futsal Champions Series Women's Final. Number 1 Chicago House taking on Ole Futsal. We are ready for the starting announcements. We're going to send you down to the court for the PA and kickoff right after that.
can't take the suspense. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Futsal Champions Series Women's Final from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Ole
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lansing City Arena for the Futsal Champions Series Women's Final. Chicago House taking on Ole Futsal. Jared Kleppel alongside Chris Fernandez bringing you the action tonight. Chris, this is a matchup we saw twice this year. Chicago had the better both games, and it's going to take a lot to see them come down.
From whistle to whistle, Chicago has brought the smoke each and every time they faced each other, and it's not an easy task as Ole Futsal possess one of the best women's futsal clubs out here in the United States, but Chicago have dominated. And honestly, tonight, they're going to have to pull out all the tricks to beat Ole here at a packed capacity crowd here in Lansing City. I can't wait for this title to get started, Jared.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. First, for the Chicago House ladies. In goal, Flores. Ahead of her, number 5, Mackenzie Rogers. She's been one of the best players in FCS women's play today. And surrounded by a bunch of talent as well. Yuridia Hernandez, Callie Hefner, Kiera Rucka is how they will start. And for the visitors from Grand Rapids, wearing the red and black stripes out on the floor, Kaylee Sarnicola in net. Sidlali Luna at that fixo spot. She's been one of their key players and is a national team call-up for U.S. Futsal. America Lemus, Natalia Diaz, Sasha Kelly over on the right-hand Ala side, number 16. She had an amazing game in the play-in to help propel Ole to this moment. And kickoff is just around the corner. The whistle blows, and we have the first Futsal Champions Series Women's Final in front of our eyes.
And it's been a long time coming, and everything has been so great this season, finally culminating in this title match between the two best teams in the league.
Early try here goes over the end line. It'll be a restart from Sarnicola. So place it down for Luna. Quickly across half go Ole. A low press to begin for Chicago House. Looking for Natalia Diaz past her, but it does go out of play in favor of Ole.
We see the number 7 for Ole, Natalia Diaz, a key part of this team, and if they have any semblance of making this title run tonight, they're going to need to rely off Diaz at full capacity.
Kelly on the far side, goes down the line. She's got that quickness, plays it inside. 2 Chicago House defenders there. Quick outlet the other way. Ball looking for number 9, Callie Hefner, but it's out of her reach. And we've seen her in transition many times this season.
Well, every single time we see her play, she is all over the place. An explosive first step. When she's in full stride, it's almost impossible to beat her on the sprint. She's been such a pivotal part of Chicago's success this season.
Now Ole, a nice step there from Lemus. It's taken over by House. Yuridia Hernandez, a nice diagonal, opened up space for Rogers. Looks like she's got a 1v1 here. Chooses to go down the line. Good defense. Did she keep it in? No. A restart coming from the hands of Kaylee Sarnicola.
We're going to see Mackenzie Rogers all night long trying to exploit space. Her confidence is of the highest order and a reason why she's a key MVP candidate here in the FCS women's division.
Kelly wants to go across the floor. Rogers in her way, collected by Chicago House. Low pressure from Ole. They'll even go lower. They are packing it in early here. Rogers will go backwards. Hernandez wants a ball to the pivot, given away. Kelly tries to get out on transition, but stolen by Rucka. Chicago keeps the pressure up. Hefner, top of the arc, trying to get it to Rogers. That would have been an open look right outside of the arc. Still on the attack. And finally out of play. Will be taken over by Ole.
We're seeing an early bit of passing between Hefner and Mackenzie Rogers, and they are as dynamic a duo in any division, futures, women's or men's, that the FCS has.
Now Ole across half. Luna will come to the near side. Pressure from Rucka is going to turn into a shot. And it's blocked by Sarnicola.
She's absolutely dangerous. We saw just how pressured up high. She does it every single game and almost brought Chicago up.
Up across half comes Evelyn Flores. 5 attackers for Chicago. She's going to retreat back. Kiara Rucka. Hernandez now to Rogers. A little chip inside. Rucka was trying to get ahead on it. But Hefner collects on the other side. Pressured in the corner by Kelly. She'll go backwards. A really low defensive pressure to begin the match tonight from Ole. As Rucka looks for the turn, ball right back to Callie Hefner, and her shot is off the mark. Did it take a deflection? Yes, we'll have a Chicago house corner.
We can see Chicago just playing in a diamond formation out there, content to let Ole sit and not pressure them high defensively, and as a result, they're going to have more possession.
The shot here is going to hit the outside of the net. Hefner thought it got a touch, but no deflection called. You mentioned, Chris, the defensive of Ole. We saw it right away. They dropped in, and then we heard Coach Fabian say, back, 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 and it took another few steps back. Really there's kind of 2 dots out on the floor. You can see on your screen right in front of where Luna is. That's kind of where they're picking up. They're playing very low on defense and really probably going to be playing the counterattack today.
You know what? They tried that in their second match against Chicago, and it didn't really bode so well, so I'm a little surprised to see it.
Now a shot from Kiara Rucka from distance. Had pace, but is wide left. Last week, Ole Futsal winning the play-in match against Lansing by a single goal in what turned out to be a pretty close match. They did control much of the second half, but a late goal from Lansing brought them within striking distance. They finished it out and made it all the way here to the women's final. Rogers, space toe poke, deflected out for a corner.
Now she's an absolute shark on this court. Anytime she smells blood, she loves taking a shot. She is one of the most aggressive players in American futsal, and dare I even say CONCACAF today.
Ball comes back to Flores across half. She'll hang out right around that halfway line. Starts to go backwards. Rogers left foot after beating one defender. Ball ricocheted up, and oh wow. Looks like it got Medina Hindich in the head or mouth, and it was a very dangerous opportunity. But I believe the referee was just thinking because of a possible head injury, he had to stop the game right away.
Certainly concussion protocol out there. These experienced referees know exactly what they're doing, making sure that the safety of the players is paramount first and foremost.
And unfortunately for Chicago House, it means one of their best chances all day is denied, negated, I should say. They were inside the arc, well inside the arc. But they'll have to restart and try to build up play once again, though they can skip the whole first phase or two of the game with how low Ole is playing defense. Rogers, space, quickness. Kiara Rucka got a touch, but Sarnicola's all over it.
Sarnicola needs to be on point with all the offensive threats that Chicago possesses. She had a great season. This is her 6th appearance. Very close to a .80 save percentage. Knows how to get down low, knows exactly what to expect. She's seen this squad twice already, knows exactly what's coming, and so far so good in goal for Ole.
See Coach Gilda Silva there alongside Ramona Hernandez, also on the bench. They've led their ladies to an undefeated regular season. I believe their closest match was a 3 or 4 goal victory over Lansing City right here on this court about a month and a half ago. This ball's going to come over to our production desk, and I'm going to save the iMac from getting crushed to pieces.
You always have to protect the equipment.
Now Chicago House. Up the floor, Hefner overlapping Hernandez, and stepping up is Sidlali Luna, and actually will win the restart. Long distribution, past half. Took a touch, and it's Ole kicking.
Yeah, you had to love that throw by Sarah Cole out there. She's got a rock of an arm.
Luna under pressure from Hernandez. And his last touch by Chicago House.
See Hernandez constantly scanning the court, always aware defensively of where she needs to be and, more importantly, who to cut off.
And this nearly turned into an opportunity for Chicago House pressing up. Sarnicola actually had gone up the floor. I didn't recognize it at first, but she was way up. Makes you think that we're probably going to be seeing a little bit more of that flying the keeper, 5-attacker look out of Ole today.
Absolutely, and it's risky business when you come out. You leave that net open, and especially with an offensive juggernaut such as Chicago, you're really taking a gamble, but they know what's at stake out here, and big risk, sometimes big reward.
First foul of the match is going to go against Chicago House. You can see the last 2 times these two teams met, big wins for Chicago. Ole really needing to bring something we haven't seen yet this year to compete, as we have a left foot strike from Hernandez. Long ways out, no trouble for Sarnicola.
That's great ball distribution there by Hefner to get it over to Hernandez to get that shot on target.
Ball to play, Hernandez pleading her case, but it's going to be Ole ball. 3v2. Diaz is blocked. Ole keep possession. Ball comes to Luna and taken away by Rucka. Now here is Rogers. Starting 4 still on the floor for Chicago. We've seen a couple of subs for the Ole side. Kylie Rojas on the floor, I believe. It's also Zeta Viveros. Both teams with pretty thin squads today. We have a shot here, and it's a save from Sarnicola. Who else but Mackenzie Rogers on the attack?
That was an absolutely brutal giveaway out there. You cannot give these opportunities to someone with the prowess of Mackenzie Rogers, and luckily for Ole, Sarnicola was up to the task of stopping that.
We saw Chicago House actually in the first possession or two playing kind of a low press, and now we're seeing them pressing up high on the floor and putting this Ole team under duress. That's one of the biggest challenges, no matter what futsal league you play in. How do you deal with the pressure in the back when your back's against the wall? Chicago on the attack now. Rogers, space for a left foot, pauses. Finds Hefner, now back. This one not quite where she wanted it to be, so Ole take over. A lifted ball into the corner looking for Lemus. It's not there, and Chicago House will take over. Ball down the line, Hefner. Right foot outside of the foot, and it is wide on the near post by about half a meter.
That's it. It's unbelievable to watch both Rogers and Hefner together. Rogers first in the league in points. Hefner number 3 for a reason. They just team up, and if you keep giving them space like Ole's doing, eventually it's going to catch up to them.
Shot difference very much in Chicago's favor, and I would expect that trend to continue as long as Ole continues to play this very low, packed-in defense. They're going to fly the keeper here, bring Sarnicola across half.
Interesting to see her take the kick in as opposed.
So 5 attackers now for Ole. Looking for a lifted diagonal. Finds the foot of Lemus. A nice play. Did they get the first one? It's across the line. Ole strike first.
And that's exactly what they needed. The confidence against the team that's defeated them handedly in their opening 2 games comes out, exploits a gap at the back, and Ole take the lead 1-0.
Started with the lifted ball. A great touch from America Lemus. It was first time inside to Medina Hindic, and her shot, it was touched by Flores, but it came between her legs, and before she could scoop it back up, it was over the line. Goal number 1 to Ole. Chicago House with their own opportunity right off the break.
And it's only Hindic's second goal of the season, and she was in the right place, right time, just getting it across the goal line. Huge, huge move for Ole. This is going to give them some huge confidence against the team that's had their number all year.
So something interesting that, I don't know, I don't think at this point you would say Chicago House has their backs up against the wall, but it is a position they have not been in this year with their backs against the wall. If we continue to see this Ole team put more pressure on, maybe get a second goal, that's a sort of unfamiliar territory for this Chicago team.
I mean, Chicago's just loaded with talent across the board. They're super intelligent in how they rotate and how they maneuver from all sections of the court out here. But one thing that's going to be imperative to win this title in the championship is going to be mental fortitude, and we'll see how they react being down 1-0.
To the floor goes Natalia Diaz, no call. Hernandez puts it in. Starting 4 still on the floor, no substitutes. 10 minutes in for Chicago House. Left foot, Hernandez wide of the post.
Boy, the noise has really picked up here in Lansing City Arena with the Ole fans.
Oh, shot from Callie Hefner. It was given right to her off the restart. She missed just a little bit wide. Looks like the ball will return to the hands of Sarnicola for a restart. She'll go short. First time down the line goes Kelly, and not quite on the same page with her teammates. Chicago will take over.
That's it. Chicago obviously have pressed a little bit more, and they're just going to take their sweet time to try and dissect this. If Ole keep giving them space, Chicago will be quite keen to take it. But so far, they haven't had as many shots as we've seen in previous regular season matches between them.
Callie Hefner trying to find space inside, finds Rogers. Chip back to her, it's out of her reach.
That's it. You have to think that the nerves for a championship match are at an all-time high with everything on the line, but the more attempts they have between the two of them, it's really going to add up, and really Sarnicola is going to need to be on her A-game all night long.
That's a pretty staggering stat right there. Plus 47 goal differential for Chicago House this season across 6 games. I believe we saw earlier they've only given up 5 goals before that one today. So they have a couple of chances inside the arc here, still battling, and Sarnicola will scoop it up.
Yeah, you're starting to see Ole with their 2 defenders really crunching the center of the goal area to prevent these shots from trying to get through on Sarnicola out there. They're really cohesive so far in doing that.
Hefner quickly across half with pace. Right foot strike. Keeper get a touch on it. Nope. Off the post. And it will be a restart. All the way up to Hindic. No one was there. Had she had a better touch, it would have been a 1v keeper.
Talked about Sarnicola being a weapon as a shot stopper, but she has that amazing throw that can just change a play in an instant.
Now once again, Chicago House on the attack, trying to break through this packed in Ole defense. Ole get it out. Can they get in transition? Hindic battling, all out of bounds. Last touch by the green camo jerseys. I think we have to say, Chris, probably some of the coolest jerseys in the entire FCS out here tonight.
Forget just being the coolest jerseys in the FCS. This might be one of the best futsal jerseys in the entire country, hands down. It's got such flavor, modern touch on it, the orange and green. Take note.
Little chip inside, and Sarnicola is there. Down the line goes Kelly, and couldn't quite get her body past Hefner. And our first timeout of the half will be called by Coach Gil Da Silva. To talk to his Chicago House ladies. And in the first timeout with 7:50 to go, I don't think many people predicted that Ole would have the 1-goal advantage at this point in the match.
No, I don't think a single person was expecting that, given the results of the opening 2 games between them during the season. And realistically right now, Da Silva's just telling his girls, listen, let's calm down. We know what we're capable of. We've done it to them not once, but twice. Let's just try to get a little bit closer in goal out there and exploit these gaps they're leaving us and get back into this and even it up.
Good time to let you know this match is sponsored by Ally Marketing. If you're looking for a partner in the marketing space, check out allymarketing.us, the official marketing partner of the Futsal Champions Series. Ally Marketing, let's be friends. 15 shots altogether for Chicago House, 4 on goal, 3 shots for Ole, 1 on goal, 1 goal for the Grand Rapids Red. Enjoying the action tonight. Chris, I don't think anyone is going to want to miss the men's final that's going to be immediately following this match.
Oh my goodness, U16s, U12s, U10s, the men's. This has been a futsal fiesta as we see that shot going over the bar. This is exactly what the Futsal Champions Series is about. And this women's game, you know it's going to go right down to the wire, and you can bet your bottom dollar that the men's is going to do the same right after this game's completed.
Yuridia Hernandez has been a spark of electricity for this team this season. We'll see what she brings here now. Ball into Rucka, looking for a turn. It's squirted back out. Ball goes down the line, and wow, I definitely thought I saw that off of Kelly last. But it will be called for Ole. Chicago House takeover right around the half line. Kira Rucka, ball inside, no one there.
Yeah, she was expecting Rogers to go into that goal area and maybe try to find an opportunity to find Sarnicola moving laterally.
Here's another chance, Medina Hindic. Couldn't quite get a touch on it, but could have very well had goal number 2.
And Hindic is just sneaky. You just don't even notice that she's sneaking behind you, and she did that in the first attempt.
Ball inside, cleared away. Chicago House takeover once again. Just under 7 minutes to go. Callie Hefner trying to find space. Ole playing very well, organized defensively. This one gets through. Rucka can't get the turn and shot off. She was at a very close distance. Would have been hard to imagine that it wouldn't have found the net.
And Ole defensively are just flooding into the goal area. They see Mackenzie Rogers trying to get around Sarnicola, going from one side of the court to the other, waiting on that far post. And Ole are just up to the task every time. A great strategy so far by Ole.
Across half, Hefner with pace, blocked by Natalia Diaz. She battles for it, but all the way back to Flores it goes. Here's Rucka on the far side. Hefner shot, blocked. Chicago House wants a hand, no call. Now Ole in transition, Sitlali Luna. Ball goes across, but teammate Kylie Rojas not up as high on the floor. We see a regular season goal and a goal for Medina Hindich. Unfortunately, that's the wrong team there, but you know it's the Ole player. We've seen her have an impact tonight. A couple of close ones in addition to that goal that she had, the lone goal of the match, with 5:18 remaining in the first. There we go with the Ole side. We'll see that stat once again. A goal in the regular season in the very first match, actually, of the Futsal Champions Series Women's, right here on this floor against Lansing City. And then the goal tonight in the very last match of the season.
She certainly loves playing on this court, and what better way to score your second of the season than in the championship against your rivals.
Hefner leaves it, not on the same page. I think it was Jimena Magana stepping onto the floor for the first time, so Chicago House makes their first sub 15 minutes into the match. Now a shot from Kelly, caught by Flores. Ball inside, Rucka, 3 players right around her every time she gets the ball in that spot. Ole defense collapsing. Here's a try. Hernandez was off the mark. Hit her own teammate in the back. Jimena Magana battling with Sitlali Luna in the corner there. Kept it in. Diaz. Still with it is Luna. And all the way back to Flores. She'll get things going for Chicago House. With pace once again. Shot, Hefner. Oh, that was great placement.
We saw that great run there by Luna, and just quickly, as soon as you can blink, Hefner comes up and just delivers a rocket of a shot that Sarnicola tips over. She's so dangerous at any single part of the game on any part of this court. Hefner, you just can't speak highly enough about her.
Here's the corner kick will be taken by Hefner. The cross half is Evelyn Flores. 5 attackers for Chicago for the time being. A shot at the near post. Kira Rucka is denied by Sarnicola. She'll give it a go and is well off the mark on the other end.
Yeah, Flores has yet to score a goal as the keeper, and she wants to get in on it. She's very confident with both feet. But the craziest thing about Flores this season, a .983 save percentage. That is a ridiculous number by any league on the planet. Phenomenal job in goal.
Now Hefner looking for a way to break down this brick wall defense of Ole. Ole in the corner.
We're going to see if they got any trickery from this set play on the corner. Flores pressing.
It does come to Flores. Holds it for the time being. Now Hefner takes on Hindich, goes back to Flores. She'll stay up with the attack now. And now drops back. Hefner still with it. Inside, Rucka, turn, right foot. Nearly found that top right upper 90. But Sarnicola denies her.
Yeah, that's a quick hand reaction save out there by Sarnicola. Has been absolutely flawless so far.
Off the corner, it comes to Flores. Hefner a chip to the other side, Magana. It's cleared out by Kelly. All the way out over the sideline, so a kick in, and Flores will take it right away. Hefner loses control, and the Ole crowd loving it.
Yeah, she seemed to rush that play a little bit too quickly out there. It seemed like she was looking at the clock running out, but realistically, 2:44 left. Hefner's got to slow it down. She's got great feet. She has the ability to work with every single player on this team and make them better. But the nerves, again, really going out.
Timeout called by Fabian Rodriguez of Ole. He'll draw up something here We've seen him do this at different points late in a half, especially the first half, to try to get another advantage, another goal advantage before the halftime break. He's drawn up something sneaky.
You know what? He's the winningest coach in the history of the FCS in any division, and there's a reason for that. He's crafty, intelligent, and experienced. And if he's able to pull one of those magic tricks out of his hat again and get a 2-0 lead against Chicago going into half, it would be an absolutely monumental statement and really put Chicago on their heels.
On the other hand, if Chicago House are able to pull even before the halftime break, that would be a clear swing in the flow of the game, in spite of the offensive dominance by Chicago House. They don't really have any momentum.
Yeah, it seems that they're stringing together a couple of passes around center court and then getting just to around the goal area. And every time they've tried to go to a pivot that's sitting there, they just shut down. Every single time Ole's defense essentially just locks it in.
This ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a kick in for Chicago House.
Let's see,
in the attacking half.
Hindich is just lurking out there. She just sneaks around. You don't even know until it's too late.
Hernandez inside, trying to find Rucka, gets the ball over to Hefner. Hefner now at the point. Rucka, turn, pulls it back, toe poke, blocked by Lemus, slide tackle on the shot from Kelly, and she is down. Actually, oh, that is Kelly. Chicago House trying to capitalize. Kelly returns to the action, and the Ole defense stands strong.
Yeah, just a collective defensive effort in the goal area. It seems almost like they're having 4 goalkeepers in there. And anytime those shots getting through, if it's the defense that doesn't stop them, Sarnicola has been absolutely sensational so far.
Chicago House right on the outside of that arc once again. Ball comes back out to Jimena Magana. This one's stolen. Tata Viveros dribble it out of play, and a restart from the sideline coming from Chicago. Flores sneaks up the floor. Magana to the corner. Inside Hernandez. It comes to her, passes it along. Hefner. Luna facing her up. Now Hernandez inside. This one was a mighty good look from number 29, Kiera Rucka. I'm sure she wants that one back.
Oh, to say the least. That was the best opportunity that Chicago have had all half long. The Rocket shot point blank, and differently kept that shot low on top of it compared to the ones they put on Sarnicola, which have seemed to be above her shoulders.
1:19 to go in the first. Blazing up the floor comes Hefner. Tries to squeeze it inside. It made it to Rucka. Here's Jimena Magana, gets by one, can't get by the second. Kicked out of play with 1:02 to go in the half.
A smart move to bring on Magana. She's got such crafty feet and an ability to move in open space real quick.
Shot blocked at the foot of Hernandez. She stays with it. And this one out of play will be restarted by Kaylee Sarnicola.
It's just remarkable that Chicago have not scored in this half. A great game plan put together by Rodriguez so far.
Here is Jimena Magana. Hefner. Rucka. All across the face of goal. Sarnicola got a piece of it. Couldn't find it afterwards. Fortunately bounced away from danger. Chicago House still with possession though, 20 seconds to go. Kiera Rucka fakes. Poked away.
Natalia
Diaz. And now 5 seconds for Chicago House. Rucka shot, toe poke, it's blocked. 1 second, 0. No time on the floor. And the Ole fans know that their team showed very well in that first half, sticking to the game plan. We saw it real early, Chris. They knew that they were going to need to have a fantastic defensive effort, and they packed it in from the opening whistle.
Yeah, it's a shocking result given what we've seen from Chicago all season. We saw that goal difference. This is an offensive juggernaut that has been shut out in the opening 20 minutes here in the championship, and you got to tip your hat to Rodriguez for putting the game plan, but more importantly, these girls for locking it down in that goal area and capitalizing with that Hindich goal. Great stuff, and you know what? It's just indicative of exactly what the FCS is about. Expect everything at any single given moment. Incredible stuff here in the opening championship match for the women. Incredible.
1-0, Ole lead it at the half. 30 shots for Chicago House, 8 on frame. Ole, 5 shots, 3 on frame. And the only stat that matters, they got one by Flores. Enjoy these first half highlights as we send you to our sponsors. The Ally Marketing Halftime Show is up next.
We're NMDP, and we're out here saving lives, relentlessly seeking donors so patients can live their dreams. Like Mia's dream of finding a match and pressing play on life, Noah's dream of climbing the ladder, or Zoe's dream of a tiny house and a giant dog. Together, we have the power to cure blood disorders like leukemia and sickle cell disease. But we need more donors, people, and the donor we need could be you.
Committing a crime so you can try to escape from prison. Bad idea. Going to the pod escape room to play an escape game with your friends. Great idea. Test your skill as an astronaut in outer space. Find Santa in Save Christmas. Or take a vacation to an abandoned island. Just don't get stuck there. The Pod Escape Room. Learn more at thepodlansing.com.
Together, we have the power to cure blood disorders like leukemia and sickle cell disease. But we need more donors, people. And the donor we need could be you.
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.
We're NMDP, and we're out here saving lives, relentlessly seeking donors so patients can live their dreams. Like Mia's dream of finding a match and pressing play on life, Noah's dream of climbing the ladder, or Zoe's dream of a tiny house and a giant dog. Together, we have the power to cure blood disorders like leukemia and sickle cell disease. But we need more donors, people, and the donor we need could be you.
Committing a crime so you can try to escape from prison. Bad idea. Going to the pod escape room to play an escape game with your friends. Great idea. Test your skill as an astronaut in outer space. Find Santa in Save Christmas. Or take a vacation to an abandoned island. Just don't get stuck there. The Pod Escape Room. Learn more at thepodlansing.com.
Together, we have the power to cure blood disorders like leukemia and sickle cell disease. But we need more donors, people. And the donor we need could be you.
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.
We're NMDP, and we're out here saving lives, relentlessly seeking donors so patients can live their dreams. Like Mia's dream of finding a match and pressing play on life, Noah's dream of climbing the ladder, or Zoe's dream of a tiny house and a giant dog. Together, we have the power to cure blood disorders like leukemia and sickle cell disease. But we need more donors, people, and the donor we need could be you.
Committing a crime so you can try to escape from prison. Bad idea. Going to the pod escape room to play an escape game with your friends. Great idea. Test your skill as an astronaut in outer space. Find Santa in Save Christmas. Or take a vacation to an abandoned island. Just don't get stuck there. The Pod Escape Room. Learn more at thepodlansing.com.
Together, we have the power to cure blood disorders like leukemia and sickle cell disease. But we need more donors, people. And the donor we need could be you.
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.
Welcome to the Ally Marketing Halftime Show. Ally Marketing, let's be friends.
One 0 at halftime in favor of Ole. We're able to catch up with the Chicago House coach and Mackenzie Rogers before the match, and here's what they had to say. Ahead of this amazing Futsal Champions Series Women's Final. Mackenzie, you guys made it here without losing a single game, and now you are going to be taking on Ole once again. How are you guys feeling about today's match?
We've anticipated this game for weeks now, and we're just so excited to be here finally. And we've all been very excited for this game, and it's a lot of emotions, happiness, excitement, but also a little sadness because this is our last game. But it's been a privilege to play with this team, so I'm very excited, and we all are.
Well, you know, throughout the season, we've seen you guys during timeouts and things like that, dancing and celebrating. Do you think we're going to see that today again?
For sure, for sure.
Anything special planned as far as the celebrating department goes?
You're going to have to wait and see for that.
Awesome. Well, I hope you guys are ready for it. Coach, I'm going to talk to you for a second. Mackenzie's impact has been very clear all season long. What can you say about what she has meant to this team?
Everything. You know, like all the girls, they see her, they back her up. They know she's one of our more talented players. Like I said, not just her, but the whole team together. But you could tell, you know, like her, Judy, Ruka, Kelly, they're just monsters. You know, and then we back them about 100%, but she has been a real key to our success too. You know, her ball control, her scoring, you know, her motivation to all the girls, it's just there. You know, so I'm really excited to have her as a Chicago House futsal player.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time. We'll let you guys get back to it. And stay tuned. We have more Jolt Creativity pregame coverage coming up right after this.
Together, we have the power to cure blood disorders like leukemia and sickle cell disease. But we need more donors, people. And the donor we need could be you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to half number 2 of the Futsal Champions Series Women's Final. 1-0 advantage for Ole at the half. It was not the scoreline that most expected based on how the first 2 matchups this year went, but Ole have stuck to their game plan. They've packed it in, and now they have a chance here, and the shot is rocketed well wide.
Well, who else is going to take that shot except the big right boot? Every single time she's going to get an opportunity to do it.
Now Chicago House starting play again. Evelyn Flores across half. Same starting 5 for both sides except A new keeper in net in the neon yellow. Amaya Lake. Oh, she's going to be challenged early, makes the save. A really great chance from Kiara Rucka. And once again, Lake denying the shot from Mackenzie Rogers.
Yeah, and it was a risky move bringing in Lake after Sarnicola had a great first half, holding the shutout, but Lake up to the task early with those 2 big stops.
If you missed the first half action, it looked a lot like what you're seeing right here. A lot of possession in the attacking half for Chicago House. A lot of shots. Looking like they're getting an opportunity inside the arc here. Kept out by Ole. But they've been packing it in on defense all game long, and they've done excellent at it.
Yeah, they've only allowed a couple of key opportunities that Chicago haven't capitalized on, and realistically, 33 shots, only 10 have hit the target. They've done a great job defensively, Ole.
Rogers still with possession. Finds Rucka. Looking for a shot. Luna steps up. Now in transition. Pressure from Rucka allows Flores to come up and claim it. Chicago House wanted to transition for a moment, but Ole very quick to get back. A fake from Hefner, a shot would have been off the mark, but said Lila Luna got a piece of it, and now Chicago's possession continues. Rucka brings it down. Here's Rogers. Going inside, space, left foot blocked. Hefner leaves it for Rogers. Still at her foot. And House will restart the attack. Space and inside shot is wide from Callie Hefner.
She's just dangerous at any single point in this match out there. And it seems inevitable that she's going to be getting more of these opportunities. If she gets space like that around 10 meters out, she is not scared one bit.
Chicago House once again with possession here, deep in the zone. Rogers will stop on a dime, bring it back. Hefner. Hindich facing her up. Now Rogers, space to turn, toe poke, and sends it high. One of the stories of the first half, Chris, 30 shots for the Chicago House women. They only had 8 on target. You mentioned that. Can Ole in this half keep up their strong defensive structure, packing it in? Can they withstand another 30 without giving up a goal?
If you could do the first 20, why not the second 20? The real key is that their confidence in both keepers out there. You had Sarnicola in the first 20 minutes, putting in Lake fresh with the 1-0 lead. I mean, it's a bold move, but it speaks to the volumes of confidence that the Ole defense, and more particularly Fabian Rodriguez, has in the keeping.
Ball looked like it got off of a hand. Chicago House won it, and they will get a late whistle. So that'll be the first foul of the half called against Ole. Fouls have not been a factor really at all today. Might only be the second one that has been called altogether.
Yeah, let's be honest, the women prefer to play as opposed to have some of the shenanigans that you see in the men's leagues around the world out there. They just want a ball.
Yuridi Hernandez now, toe poke, well off the mark. So far early this half, Chicago House settling for some shots. Not super far distance, but a fair distance to overcome. We'll see if they're able to break the defense down and get inside at all. This ball comes up high, hitting the head. Might have been Kelly. No, it wasn't Kelly. I think that was Rojas, who took it right to the face. If you've ever been hit in the face with a soccer ball, imagine that soccer ball now has concrete in the middle of it, and that's about what it feels like to get hit by a futsal ball.
This definitely isn't that ballet. Either you hit the floor or the ball hits you in the face. You got to be tough to play this sport.
Drop ball, Chicago House with possession. Ball comes across, and Lake makes the kick save. Very important for her to keep that ball from coming across the face of goal. One of the most common offensive strategies, ball into the corner and across. Here's a shot blocked by Sitlali Luna.
We talk about Luna's offensive prowess and just how great she's been up front, but her ability to play two ways and defensively stand up to every single test out there really speaks volumes of the performance and the player that she is.
5 minutes away nearly in the second half. Rogers, chance. Left foot misses the post by about a meter.
And they're going to have to take those shots from a lot closer.
Here's a great chance. Rucka, save from Lake. Amaya Lake.
Absolutely huge.
Off the corner, Hefner looking inside, blocked by Ole. And Chris, I think the Ole fans know how this game flows, what's at stake, and every time their defense is coming up with a stop, deflection ball out of bounds, they're letting them know they're happy what they see.
Oh, big time. To make the drive over here and support them in the championship. I mean, they're one of the most storied futsal clubs in the country. And having that sixth player in the stands makes all the world of a difference, especially in a game of this magnitude.
Chicago House corner. Back to Yuridia Hernandez. Inside Rucka, space to turn, now Hefner. Rogers, ball inside, Rucka got a piece of it, found its way to Yuridia Hernandez. Left foot and misses the far post.
Hernandez is confident. They have a lot of players on this House roster that can shoot with their left foot, a coveted asset for any team, and it just seems a majority of their roster is able to shoot with both feet.
Transition opportunity here for Chicago. Great defense from Ole. Yuridia Hernandez at the top. Inside looking for Rogers, stolen. Ole looking to get out in transition. Great defensive stop. 2v2, Yuridia wanted Kira Rucka, but she was well behind the play.
Yeah, Hernandez hungry to get in there and make a difference, and the way they've been able to exploit the wings and having the likes of Rucka try to capitalize, they're going to have to get the rhythm a little bit in order.
Sitlali Luna going down the line. High press from Chicago House. Ole break it, but now go backwards, and they're going to give up a corner.
A little bit of a rush play defensively now. You have Hefner coming in to take it, and you can watch Rogers possibly try to go around the keeper.
Flores thought about joining the attack. She'll retreat. Now Rogers 1v1, space inside. Hernandez trying to turn, two bodies there, not including Lake, and she keeps it from becoming a corner. The efficiency on the shots taken way up high for Ole. The amount of shots taken compared to how many have been on frame. Of course, nearly quadruple the amount of shots. Actually, I think it's over that Chicago has compared to Ole. As Rucka overlaps. Stepping out of Sitlali Luna. Did she win it? No, it's still in possession of Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago with a 500% beating on the shots, 43-8, but only 11 of those actually getting on target out there. 25%, no bueno. They're going to need to do more in order to beat Amia Lake.
Off the corner, Flores, first time, sends it to the rafters.
That's it. And Flores really still having a calm smile, making sure she knows what to do.
Chance here for Ole, collision. No call, Ole fans want something. It's gonna be a 3v3 the other way. Hefner, forced backwards. Full strength for Ole, takes a shot, deflected out. A corner upcoming now for Chicago House. First time blocked, coming from Yuridia Hernandez. And Flores has to chest that one down as she was outside her arc. Diagonal, Rucka. Ole collapse. Rucka has it again, working with Hefner. Here on the near side, right outside the arc. Rogers trying to find a way in, left foot. A really good chance and just missed the mark.
It's a dangerous opportunity for Chicago, and Rogers not happy that she missed that. She's normally an assassin up front with that kind of space.
Ole now off the distribution. The shot goes wide at the near post. America Lemus, the one with the try. And they'll immediately drop into a deep, deep zone. Rogers thought about going to the corner, now back. All the way across the court, headed away by Kelly. Flores is there. Hefner to Rogers. Inside, Rucka nearly got it to Hernandez. She was waiting for it. Ole defense strong. This time it does come in a block from America Lemus.
It's unbelievable just how cohesive they've been in that goal area for blocks. We saw the first one by Sasha Kelly, and then now by America Lemus, really, really standing tall defensively. It's unbelievable that Sasha Kelly is only 13 years old and playing amongst the best women in the region.
Off the corner comes to Luna. She'll send it to Flores. The attack resets for Chicago House. Rogers taking on Hindich. Now Hefner, first time, sends it over. And boy, if Chicago House could keep some of these shots down, they could have a couple up on the board already.
Oh, you said it. Some of the shots they had in the first half were pretty much directly at the shoulders, easy to palm out by Sarnicola. Not saying all of them, but there was a quite significant amount, and now they're just not even hitting the target.
Nearing closer and closer to that halfway point for Chicago House. You got to imagine when that first goal went in and the way that Ole is playing so defensively, Chicago House knows that they're the better team. So this one is kept out by Lake. You got to think that they were thinking, okay, it's just a matter of time before we get our chances and put one away. But as the clock ticks further and further to the quadruple zeros, you got to wonder if that anxiety is starting to come in, the stress of what if it never comes, what if it never happens? They got just over 10 to do it. What a difference we might see in the flow of the game if they can just get one by, as this one from Hefner is stopped. Hindich trying to release with it. She'll have to go backwards. Lally Luna to the other side, and the pass is off for Lemus.
And Ole have never looked more comfortable than they have tonight. It just seems they are really composed and ready to go the entire distance for each other. Great job by Rodriguez to do this so far.
Deflection will be a corner. You can really tell they have certainly bought into the game plan for tonight. They're treating every deflected ball, every stop shot as a victory. Can it lead them to the ultimate victory? They try to get out of the defensive zone here. Chicago House pressure too much. Rogers, left foot. The outstretched hand of Amaya Lake puts that one out. As this one is deflected, nearly an own goal. Imagine that. The first one that breaks through is not even off the boot of Chicago.
Sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles out there.
Hernandez looking to go 1v1. A nice touch there to find space. Rucka hits the outside of the frame.
We've seen a lot of those low shots now, forcing Lake to go down. You have to think if they get a little bit closer to around the 6-meter mark and they keep these shots low, especially by Hefner, it could be real dangerous news for Ole.
Ole with possession now in their defensive half. Cleared away by Sasha Kelly. Flores puts it back into play. Both teams have brought a slim squad, not very many subs, and have not utilized the subs they do have very much. Coach Fabian Rodriguez looking on. There'll be Lemus now in the back. Another thing about today, some players we have seen for Ole this year not rostered, or we're going to see the second foul of the match. Hefner taken out from behind. Well, maybe that was deserving of a caution, but we will not see it here. Instead, it's a conversation. Now Rogers stands over it. Here's the whistle. Shot blocked at the wall. Sedlali Luna fighting with Rogers, and she'll get the whistle.
And this game's going to get more aggressive as the clock ticks closer to 0. 9 minutes remaining, and it's going to get physical, and Ole are up to the challenge each and every time.
Ball from Lake, controlled by Rogers. Tries to go down the line, blocked. Luna clears it away. Flores collects immediately out to Hefner. Hefner on the run. Blast by the first one, ball inside, bouncing around and cleared out by Sedlali Luna.
Well, Chicago aren't short of these opportunities. They really are just pressing hard, and just now we look at it, 56 shots, but only 12 on target. They just really need to start getting there and banging these rebounds that have just been floating around in the goal area.
We're going to have an instance of video support here. Was that a challenge? I think maybe a possible handball. That was my guess. The ball was bouncing around inside the arc. We're going to see if we can get word.
And these refs know what they're doing. Canadians Jonathan Rapsumanikis and Nick Vianis, two of Canada's best futsal referees, joining forces.
Indeed, we have confirmed it is a challenge from Chicago House on a potential handball inside the arc. Just on a recent play, this could be a pivotal moment in the match. So the officials confer with the VSO, video support official. And here's the decision. The challenge is unsuccessful. No handball inside the penalty arc. We'll see if we can get some footage of that for you guys. The ball will be played in from Chicago House. Rogers will put it in. They're down 1 with 8:24 to go. If you're new to the Futsal Champions Series and video support, each team gets 1 challenge per half. If it is successful, you keep the challenge and you can do it again. But Chicago House being unsuccessful will not have the ability to challenge for the rest of the game. as that try is well off the mark from Hefner.
Hey, when nothing else has worked, you got to take the attempt out there and try to get the opportunities.
Out of bounds in favor of Chicago House. Luna getting her whole team back in position. Deep, deep parking of the bus from Ole. Lake sends this one well wide, nearly into the corner. Now Rogers across half. Substitute Itzel Martinez for the first time today for Chicago House. Both teams have utilized their substitutes very, very minimally. Chicago House probably the most minimal. It's Martinez, the toe poke, nearly on her first shot on the floor, found that side net. Great save from Lake.
And it's another player with a great left foot. That was a tricky shot, to say the least, in Lake, just getting the fingertips.
Only 5 attackers here, and Flores retreats. Fighting for it still, and off the knees of Maya Lake.
Hefner just waiting forward to exploit that space.
Toe poke from Rogers. Doesn't make it past her foot, and this one coming across, it's well high, and a restart coming from Lake.
We're seeing a little bit of space over on that far post that Martinez and Hefner are opening up, and eventually one of those passes, if it gets through, it's going to be real dangerous stuff for Ole.
Well, Chris, at the beginning of this half, we asked the question, can Ole survive another 30 without giving up another goal? If you look at the stat sheet, indeed they have. Chicago House, 60 total shots. But the craziest thing is how many have been on goal, only 13.
That's not something we're used to seeing from this juggernaut Chicago offense that has been absolutely shut out thus far.
Another try blocked right outside the arc. That's a quick sub for Ole. Chicago trying to catch them on their heels. Rogers inside, a chance for Rucka, but the collapsing Ole defense right inside that arc, making it very difficult. Itzel Martinez puts it in play. Rogers now looked like she maybe wanted to pull back, ended up striking it, but Chicago House keep possession. Martinez across, Rucka blocked from Ole, and they're just flocking to the ball every time that it's bouncing around inside the penalty arc.
Absolutely sterling stuff from the Ole defense, just not allowing any shots to come through. And if anything, they're actually forcing them to take shots in the center from farther back than they did in the first.
The shot here. Callie Hefner breaks through.
And 1-1. Unbelievable stuff from the hardest shot in the league. Hefner was getting opportunities, and it just seemed inevitable that if she had the space closer to that goal area, that she was going to take full advantage from about 7 meters out and blast it up high.
I think it might have taken a deflection. Yeah, I think it went off the knee of Kylie Rojas, number 18.
Hey, great things happen when you put them on goal, and just like that, we have a tied game.
(1-1) with 6:05 to play. How will this change the flow of the game? Do we see confidence from Chicago House? Will Ole need to be more aggressive, or are they content to try to take this to a draw? We will see what happens in the next 5:50.
Whoever's the most mentally composed is going to pull this off. And Ole need to shake that goal off real quick and keep doing what they were doing for the opening 30-odd minutes.
Ball given away. Hefner is able to poke it, and it's out of bounds in favor of Ole.
We haven't really seen too much attack from Ole in the second half to try and get Evelyn Flores off the game, except for goalkeeper long-range efforts.
Ole with possession in the middle. They're able to keep it. Kylie Rojas took a shot to the head earlier. Back on the floor. Great to see her out playing once again. Ole will drop in. A chip. First time Martinez put it in a very dangerous area.
She's just so dangerous from anywhere on the court. She's so sneaky, always finding herself in open space.
Lake sends it long, and it's going to be too long for Rojas. And you got to think, Chris, that Ole are going to be a little bit more aggressive after that goal from Chicago House. I can't imagine they want to extend this game any further than it needs to go, as Lake makes a nice save at the near post.
Yeah, they're going to have to make something because they only have 5 shots on goal the entire game. One of the lowest outputs of the season, to say the least, and they really need to take some risks if they want to win in regulation.
Shot from Hernandez, once a touch, not going to get it. It's wide of the far post. Yuridia Hernandez, 13 shots, 1 on frame. And Ole will take a timeout with 4:31 to go. If you're enjoying these two halves of play, be sure to join us on Thursday night for the final third half of the year, 8 p.m. live right here on the YouTube channel. We talk about all things FCS. We will certainly be chatting about the finals matches we have seen today for Futures Divisions, now the women. And we'll see the men later on today. Speaking of which, Chris, during this timeout, can you wet the palate for any viewers that might be considering tuning into that men's final? Ole, number 1 against number 2 Shoreline.
I mean, you got the 2 best teams in the women's division going at it for the title. The men's have the top 2 teams going at it. This is exactly what the FCS is all about. The best of the best vying for that silverware. I mean, right now we've got this 1-1 match between Chicago and Ole that's absolutely getting everybody hyped up for that men's final coming up immediately after.
4.5 to go. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by Chicago House. 1-1. Ole scored early on. A barrage of attacks for Chicago House since then. They finally broke through off a deflection. Now Ole with a chance. Save from Flores, still bouncing around, and she is quick to claim it. Hefner now with pace. A shot blocked at the top of the arc by America Lemus. Sidlali Luna, a burst of speed. Blocked at her foot. Now finds Kelly. Toe poke blocked. Hinditch try to go back in the middle. Gives it away to Rucka. 2 Ole players there. Fighting for it in the middle. Chicago come away with it. 3v3. Hernandez shot, misses that far post. And she is going to get a deflection.
This game's absolutely been relentless since that timeout.
Jimena Magana takes the corner. Mackenzie Rogers still on the bench. She steps up right now. She'll be waiting for the next opportunity to sub. Hernandez to Rucka. Hefner. Strike deflected. Corner for Chicago House. Flores across half as a 5th attacker.
And that's risky when the game's 1-1 with only 3:20 left on the clock.
She will retreat back about halfway to her arc. Turn at the top of the arc for Rucka. Got it inside just behind Hernandez. Would have been only Lake to beat had she found it on her foot.
And Hernandez can score with both feet. If she was able to get that on the left, that could have been real dangerous stuff only 3 meters out from Lake.
Stepping up in defense is Hefner. Possession for Chicago House in the attacking half. Ball inside, bouncing around. Rucka, now Magana. Hernandez, left foot, deflected by Hindich. The way we're seeing Ole defend tonight, I wonder if this whole past week has just been drilling this defense and drilling, getting something on the ball, the amount of deflections they've had.
That wouldn't shock me. Rodriguez is very vigilant in his training out there, and he really had his girls on fire.
Another chance! Back post! It came to Hernandez, and she put it away. Chicago House on top, 2-1.
What an absolutely pivotal goal at a pivotal time, and this is turned around. And when you put things on net, as we said earlier.
It came off of Hefner, and then to Hernandez, found it at that back post.
Right place, right time, big moment for Chicago, and Ole now got to throw everything to try and even this up if they have ambitions of winning this title.
Immediately, Sarlacola back on the floor as a flying keeper. You can see her in the pink jersey with the blue cover on the far side. We're going to see Ole with 5 attackers right away. And really, they have to. What other choice do they have? 2.5 to go. Chicago House with the 2-1 advantage. FCS women's final trophy on the line.
And Ole are really going to need to be a little bit slower when they bring out that attacking keeper, because Chicago are just superior in terms of their speed and physicality. They're going to really need to outsmart them, perhaps even have Luna go play up in the pivot position and make her spins.
Diaz pressing up, trying to win it. Ole fans screaming at the ref.
Yeah, they did not like the fact that was defended.
Didn't see anything there.
No, it was rather clean. It was just the fact that she was sitting on the ground and controlling it out there, and the Ole fans really letting the referees have it.
Wow, trouble here. Whoa! You might not get a better chance than that.
Oh, it was their best chance of this half, and you have to capitalize because Chicago are just not giving them the key opportunities.
High press now for Ole, and we're going to see a completely different game than we've seen for the first 38 minutes. Hernandez now in the corner, brings it to the top of the arc. Mackenzie Rogers off the post. It's still within reach for Ole.
This is absolute cinema of futsal.
Chicago House in complete control now. They don't have to get another one. They've had 38 minutes of just possessing the ball in the attacking half. They could literally do that for the last minute 10 here. They're going to give it away.
We should see Sarnicola coming out to the wing as the extra attacker.
Ball into Natalia Diaz. She's able to turn. Lemus challenged. Diaz leaves it for Sitlali Luna. And out of bounds with 53 seconds to go. Ole fans trying to will their team to an equalizer. Sasha Kelly. 5 attackers on the floor for Ole. Goalkeeper Sarnicola all the way in the corner. Toe poke. Blocked. Lemus, the follow-up, sends it high.
Oh, Chicago just gave way too much space for Ole to take on that left side. And had that first shot gone on target, we could be talking a tied game.
Hernandez is going to sit on it and force Ole to push up the floor. Rogers tries to control it and out of bounds. The referee is actually going to give it to her, to the surprise of some of the players and coaches nearby. Fabian Rodriguez in the last 31 seconds here, trying to get his players organized. Here's Rogers on the far side. Brings it inside, direction of Rucka. Toe poke, nylon. Surely that'll seal it for the ladies from Chicago.
And that is the dagger in the hearts of Ole Futsal Club, who gave everything they had with that 1-0 lead, but just couldn't hold off the surging Chicago defense. A fantastic shot as we see the ball put into the area, bounces off the defender, and boom, just like that, nothing Sarnicola could do.
A toe poke like lightning for Kiera Rucka is Ole's third goal, and with 9 seconds remaining. Hard to see any possible way for this one to end in anything but a Chicago House championship. Toe poke here in the final seconds by Sitlali Luna. Didn't miss by much. And with this ball played in, the final 2 seconds expire. 3-1 Chicago House find a way. It took them 75 shots to finally break through. I guess I should say 75 total shots, 3 went in after playing the majority of the game down by 1. They're excited out there. They had to really persevere to try to break down that hardcore, packed defense.
It was absolutely sensational. I mean, the first 34 minutes of this game, Ole's defense was tighter than Fort Knox, and Chicago just believed in themselves. They kept pressing, kept doing everything they needed, and as they put those shots on goal, big bounces happened, and as a result, they capitalized and deservingly lift the championship trophy here in the FCS.
And how about the effort from Ole? They knew what they needed to do to make this match competitive, as the 2 previous were not. And indeed, they made it competitive and had the upper hand for much of that game. The amount of dedication they had to the game plan presented by Rodriguez. All the times we saw them collapse anytime the ball got inside the arc. It wasn't like Chicago House wasn't able to get it in the arc. They were, but 2-3 defenders plus the goalkeeper. A valiant effort that nearly took them to the finish line. But it was just too much from Chicago House on the other side.
Now, you said it. Ole's defense looked like a school of piranhas. Every time that ball was over in the area, they were just swarming and preventing real dangerous shots from happening. And you saw the frustration on the face of Rogers, of Hefner, of Martinez. And just eventually, they were able to exploit a little more space, capitalize. And, I mean, dare I say, should Sarnicola have come out of goal at halftime? It's something that I was always curious about. You want to give equal time to your players, but in the championship match, it was 1-0. Lake made some extraordinary saves. Not to blame her by any means, but it was just that constant and relentless pressure from the house that eventually delivered dividends. And you got to tip your hat for all that Rodriguez did in this game plan to have the lead for the first 34 minutes. You have to tip the hat to Gil Da Silva and the rest of that crew for really having the tenacity and perseverance to deliver and win this title.
So Chicago House come out as FCS Women's Champions. We're going to have the trophy presentation here shortly and hear from some of the coaches and players of the winning side. Don't go anywhere.
We're NMDP, and we're out here saving lives, relentlessly seeking donors.
guys, first ever FCS Women's Champions. Congratulations. We want to present you guys with the trophy, let you enjoy your moment, and then we'll catch some interviews with you and get a feel for how you're feeling now that you've reached the peak of the mountain. But first, Ramon, I'd like you to present the trophy to the girls and have your moment. Congratulations. All right, I'm here with Coach Ramon. Coach Gill, come on over as well. If you guys want to be in the background or harass them or something, you can. It's totally fine. They've been doing it in March Madness. They've been like putting towels on people's heads. I see it all the time. So you guys spent, there was like 35 minutes of that game just pounding away, trying to chip away at that defense in the back. What was it like coming out and facing that and just continuing to face shot after shot, and they were blocking it? What caused the breakthrough for you guys?
I think we just at halftime, when we call a timeout, we just told them, take your time. It's going to come. It's going to come. They're deep. They're defending. 90% of our game is on their side. So we said, it's going to come. Take your time. Do not get frustrated. Keep chipping. We had I don't know how many shots there.
I think it was 75.
Oh, shit. So, I mean,
can I get a verification? It was like 74 or 75.
Yes, so that's between all three of us, take your time. We took one out, reset, take your time again. That's how all the coaches, and none of this would have been without a goalie coach and my assistants. Everything, bro. It's family. I got so much feelings. It's I don't know what to say, bro.
Wow, let me just squeeze in here and talk with Coach Gill. Gill, what did you see as, I think the most evident challenge was just how deep they dropped in. We saw it was like first possession, they backed up, and then they backed up further. What was it like, for you guys? What do you think was the biggest challenge for you trying to break through that defense?
Well, the thing is, we have a lot of talent on this team. So at any given moment, any one of those ladies could have created a fake dribble, a move, a shot, and get it in there. So I knew it was coming. Time was working against us, but like I said, with a lot of talent on there, any sub we put in would have created the chance, and it happened.
Wow, so you guys come out 3-1, the first FCS Women's Champs. How does it feel?
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's amazing. Well, you guys were finishing undefeated season. Congratulations. You hoisted the trophy. I don't know where the trophy is. Let's get who was the first goal scorer was Callie Hefner, I think, off the deflection. Let's get Callie in over here. Come on over. You wanna grab the trophy too? All right, let's bring her in. Come on over here, Callie. I'll step right in between you guys. You can go right here. So you're holding the trophy. How does it feel to hold that in your hands?
Oh, it feels great. I knew it was coming, though.
Well, you guys had somewhere in the range of 75 shots in that game. I think it took almost 70 to get your first one, and it came off your boot. It did deflect, but we saw the elation in your eyes and how you were jumping after that. Tell me what was going through your mind.
Yeah, I was kind of getting frustrated how many shots I had, but it went in, and it was an important goal, and I was just so excited. And I knew once we got that first one, we were going to get more.
Yeah, you kind of had that feeling that it was like only a matter of time, but then as the time ticked away, it was like, is it going to come? Is it going to come? But you guys kept with that perseverance. How did you guys manage to do that?
Oh, our team's just so close, so connected. We just knew we had to trust in each other, play as a team. You know, we just kept fighting. Every single person, I think, fought, and in the end, we won it.
Amazing. Well, you guys are FCS champs, women's division, the first ever, so congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, FCS women's champs, Chicago House. Awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have the men's final coming up later tonight. Kickoff scheduled for 7:30. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast. I'm Jared Kleppel from everyone on the FCS Live production team and from Chicago House. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.
We're NMDP, and we're out here saving lives, relentlessly seeking donors so patients can live their dreams. Like Mia's dream of finding a match and pressing play on life, Noah's dream of climbing the ladder, or Zoe's dream of a tiny house and a giant dog. Together, we have the power to cure blood disorders like leukemia and sickle cell disease. But we need more donors, people, and the donor we need could be you.
Committing a crime so you can try to escape from prison. Bad idea. Going to the pod escape room to play an escape game with your friends. Great idea. Test your skill as an astronaut in outer space. Find Santa in